In the span of just 13 years, Alexander the Great carved out one of the largest empires in history, and he never lost a single battle. Born in 356 BC, he ascended to the throne of Macedon at the age of 20 and set out to conquer the Persian Empire. His first major test came at the Battle of Granicus. Facing a river crossing under a hail of enemy fire, Alexander launched a direct cavalry charge that scattered the Persian lines. Then came Issus, where he used terrain and speed to strike the Persian king Darius III, directly forcing him to flee. And finally, at Gaugamela, despite being outnumbered, Alexander's combination of the phalanx and his companion cavalry tore through the Persian army and shattered the Achaemenid Empire. His tactical genius lay in boldness, speed, and exploiting weaknesses. Whether facing war elephants or fortified cities, he adapted rapidly. He combined Greek phalanx discipline with rapid cavalry strikes in perfect synchronization, often leading from the front himself. In just over a decade, he fought and won more than 20 major battles across 3 continents. No fluke, no retreat, just an unbroken record of victory that made him a living legend. Known as the Sword of Allah, Khalid ibn al-Walid never lost a battle in over 100 engagements. A commander of the early Islamic conquests in the 7th century, his military brilliance forged the rapid expansion of the Rashidun Caliphate across Arabia, Persia, and the Levant. His genius was first displayed at the Battle of Walaha, where he used a classic double envelopment maneuver mirroring Hannibal at Cannato, annihilate a numerically superior Persian force. Later at Yarmouk, facing the formidable Byzantine army, Khalid orchestrated a series of feigned retreats and ambushes that ultimately routed one of the most powerful militaries of the time. Khalid was a master of mobile warfare. His lightning-fast cavalry could reposition across vast distances, outflank enemies, and strike where they were weakest. He valued flexibility over rigid formations and speed over size. Even when heavily outnumbered, he used terrain, deception, and timing to dismantle his opponents. Dismissed later in his career by political rivals, his battlefield record remained perfect. Subutai, the chief military strategist of the Mongol Empire, was the mastermind behind many of its most devastating campaigns. Unlike his more famous superior Genghis Khan, Subutai commanded armies across continents and never lost a battle. A brilliant engineer of large-scale warfare, Subutai orchestrated the simultaneous invasions of Hungary and Poland in 1241. At the Battle of Legnica, his forces decimated a coalition of European knights, using feigned retreats and hidden reserves. Days later, at the Battle of Mohi, he crushed the Hungarian army by coordinating attacks across multiple river crossings, effectively encircling and annihilating his enemies. Subutai's genius was in managing distance, timing, and coordination. He could control multiple armies separated by hundreds of miles, with uncanny synchronization. He fought over 20 campaigns in Europe, China, Persia, and the Middle East, winning every single one. While Hannibal Barca is often remembered as Rome's greatest nemesis, it was Scipio Africanus who not only defeated him, but did so without ever losing a battle himself. Rising during Rome's darkest hour in the Second Punic War, Scipio's brilliance turned the tide. At just 25, he volunteered to reclaim Spain from Carthaginian control, but it was the Battle of Zama in 202 BC that immortalized him. Facing Hannibal, who had never before been defeated, Scipio used modified Roman manipular tactics to absorb the charge of Carthage's war elephants, then outflanked Hannibal's infantry. It was a masterstroke of adaptation and preparation. Scipio studied his enemies closely, learned from their methods, and used those insights to forge superior Roman tactics. Though he later retired from politics under a cloud of suspicion, his battlefield record was flawless. No general before him had conquered so much while changing Roman warfare so profoundly. Before the Russian winter and Waterloo, there was a young general whose rise was nothing short of meteoric. In his early campaigns, Napoleon Bonaparte proved to be an unstoppable force outnumbered, underestimated, but never outmaneuvered. During the Italian campaign of 1796–1797, he led a ragged French army against the professional forces of Austria and its allies. What set early Napoleon apart was his sheer speed. He could move troops faster than his enemies could react, appearing where he wasn't expected and striking before defenses were ready. He decentralized command, trusted capable subordinates, and mastered the art of concentration of force at critical point. During this phase of his career, he won nearly every engagement he fought. Before empire and exile, Napoleon was a revolutionary general who redefined modern warfare, and in those early years, he was invincible.